We're team number one. My teammate Alonso Diaz and I, Juan José Martin, are going to present the first partial project. We are group number 5, and teacher is Miguel Ángel Castillo.
First of all, we need to read the problem and so we can know what they are asking us to solve. Then we accumulated all the data. That in this case would be the 8.5 and the 5,000. After that, we needed to find an equation for both models, for models A and B. After having those equations, we convert them into exponential functions. And now that we have our complete equation, we substitute our values in our formulas. And then, by the answers of both models, we could determine which one was a better option. Our problem says that a man invests initially 5,000 pesos in an account that pays 8.5% per year. The problem tells us to solve these three questions. First, find the amount after 3 years if the interest is compounded quarterly. The second one says, find the amount after 3 years if the interest is compounded continuously, and find the graph for both models. I'm going to solve letter A. The formula for compound interest is A equals P times 1 plus Rn, everything to NT, where A is the ending amount of money that you will have. P is the initial one, the one you start with. That in this case it will be 5,000. R will be like is the interest rate, and N is the number of compoundings in a year. So here, after having this formula, we need to substitute the values that we have. In this case, it will be A equals 5,000 pesos times 1 plus R is 88.5% per year. We need to take out the percent, and it will be 0.085 divided by N, that is the number of compounds in a year, compoundings. In this case, it will be 4 times, to the exponent of N, that is 4, times T, that is the time in years, and in this case they ask us for 3 years, so it will be 4 times 3. And then solving all this formula, we have, as a result, we have an ending amount of 6,435.09 pesos.
So the letter B that says find the amount after 3 years if the interest is compounded continually. I have to find an equation, and the equation is A, it's equal B times E to the error T. When A is equal to the ending amount, where B is the initial amount, and in this case it is 5,000 pesos, error is the rate of the annual interest rate as a decimal, and T is the number of years. In this case it's 3 years. So I have to substitute the letters. It's A equals 5,000 pesos times E. The E is the natural number of the exponential functions, and R is the 8.5% per year, but in a decimal number, that is 0.085 times the years. It's equal to the years. In this case, it's 3. And if we solve this equation, the result after the amount after 3 years is going to be A is equal to it's equal to 6,452.30 pesos.
This is the letter C that says we have to graph the models of the interest compound quarterly and continuously.
The other question that the problem tells us to answer is that based on both graphs of the model of continuously and the model of quarterly, we need to decide which one grows faster. Based on this graph, we can say that both of them end like at the same point, or it's a minimal difference between them. For example, the difference between the continuously and the quarterly is only like about 20 pesos.
Another question that the problem says is that how many years have to pass if we have the amount of 10,000 pesos. Based on the graphs and using the graphing software and the functions, we calculate that to have the 10,000 pesos, it must have to pass 8.3 years. In our conclusion, we can say that the logarithmic and exponential functions are very helpful to the daily life, because if you want to invert an amount of money in an account, you can know what is the best interest compound quarterly or continuously in the account. And we can say that we know in a future time, like in 10 years, 11 years, or something like that, what will be the money that we will have.
Like the ceiling can